Have you ever wondered which board can truly shape your future, Arduino Uno Q or Raspberry Pi? Whether you are a student preparing for your next interview or a freelancer planning your next product, the board you choose can make a real difference. This video is not about which board is superior, but about which one fits your goals better. If your aim is to impress a recruiter, your choice depends on how well your project demonstrates innovation and practicality. If your goal is to earn through freelance work, your decision depends on how efficiently you can turn an idea into a product. Let's explore both sides, how students and freelancers can make smart choices that align with their outcomes. Why does this comparison matter so much? Because both Arduino Uno Q and Raspberry Pi have become symbols of creativity and opportunity. Students use them to build proof-of-concept projects to showcase during interviews. Freelancers use them to develop working prototypes or sell finished products. Recruiters appreciate working designs that show understanding, innovation, and adaptability. Clients appreciate cost-effective, reliable designs that solve real problems. So your board choice depends not on popularity but on purpose. Whether you are trying to get hired or trying to get paid, the right choice comes from knowing what each board does best. We'll compare these boards using 5 clear criteria that affect both students and freelancers: cost and ease of use, performance and capability, AI readiness, learning curve, and industry relevance. For each of these, we'll see how a student can use one board to impress recruiters and how a freelancer can use the other to improve profitability. The goal is simple. By the end of this discussion, you should know exactly when Uno Q gives you the edge and when Raspberry Pi becomes the smarter investment. Let's begin with the first factor: cost and ease of use. When we talk about cost and ease of use, the perspective changes depending on who you are. For a student, the cost is secondary. The goal is to present a well-designed, fully functional project. Arduino Uno Q is ideal here because it's affordable, quick to set up, and helps you show real results fast. Recruiters value working prototypes more than fancy setups. Raspberry Pi, though more expensive, might make sense if your project needs multitasking or an operating system, like a NAS or a local web server. For a freelancer, however, cost directly affects profit. If you can achieve your client's goal with a simpler and cheaper Uno Q setup, that improves your earnings. But if the project demands complex control, GUI, or media handling, Raspberry Pi justifies the higher price. So your choice depends on what you are building and why. Let's move to performance and capability. This is where both boards show their real character. For a student, Uno Q is a great way to demonstrate control accuracy, timing, and reliability. For example, in robotics, automation, or EV charging projects. Recruiters appreciate this because it shows hands-on understanding of embedded logic. Raspberry Pi, on the other hand, allows students applying for software, networking, or AI roles to demonstrate multitasking and data processing skills. For freelancers, Uno Q fits perfectly for projects where precision and response time matter, like local controllers or smart devices. Raspberry Pi is the better fit for those offering complex services like dashboards, AI systems, or connected servers. In both cases, performance should serve purpose, not popularity. Let's talk about AI readiness and ecosystem, one of the most exciting areas for both students and freelancers today. For a student, Arduino Uno Q offers a great entry into applied AI. With built-in libraries and TensorFlow Lite support, you can easily demonstrate object detection, anomaly sensing, or small machine learning models right on the board. Such projects impress recruiters because they show innovation and applied AI understanding even without high-end hardware. Raspberry Pi, on the other hand, is excellent for students applying to AI, data, or software roles where they can run full frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, or OpenCV. For freelancers, Uno Q is perfect for quick AI edge solutions, motion alerts, predictive sensors, or smart IoT devices, while Raspberry Pi suits those offering advanced AI analytics or camera-based automation systems. The right choice depends on whether you want to show embedded creativity or deliver full-fledged AI capability. Now let's move to learning curve and skill transfer. For students, Arduino Uno Q offers the fastest learning experience. It's easy to set up, beginner-friendly, and teaches you the fundamentals of electronics, control, and coding through C or MicroPython. These are the skills that impress recruiters during interviews, especially when combined with working hardware. Raspberry Pi, however, teaches a different kind of depth: Linux commands, Python programming, networking and automation. These skills are crucial for roles in full-stack IoT or software-driven systems. For freelancers, INKOR allows quick prototyping and testing without complex setup, making it easier to meet tight client deadlines. Raspberry Pi helps you scale those projects, adding cloud storage, dashboards, or web servers for premium offerings. The best approach is to start simple with INKOR and expand your skill set with Raspberry Pi as your experience grows. Industry relevance and brand value also influence how your work is perceived. For students, Arduino INKOR represents modern embedded innovation. It's backed by Arduino, Readiness and Ecosystem, brands that recruiters associate with edge computing and IoT. A INKOR-based project shows that you understand current industry trends like EV chargers, smart automation, and AI integration. Raspberry Pi, meanwhile, carries global brand recognition and a strong community presence. It's known for its use in education, research, and commercial prototyping. For freelancers, INKOR helps position you as an innovator building smart, efficient solutions at low cost, while Raspberry Pi gives you credibility when dealing with international clients familiar with its ecosystem. Both brands add value. Choose based on the audience you're presenting to. Let's look at what both boards can do side by side. For students, Arduino INKOR can cover about 80% of practical academic or interview-level projects, automation, IoT, or small AI tasks. Recruiters appreciate working prototypes that demonstrate design clarity, cost efficiency, and purpose. Raspberry Pi becomes useful for students applying in areas involving operating systems, cloud, or AI software, where system-level understanding matters. For freelancers, INKOR helps in creating smaller self-contained products like smart controllers or low-cost IoT devices that can be sold easily. Raspberry Pi helps in projects that require continuous operation, networking, or data visualization, the kind clients pay premium rates for. So both boards are capable. Your end goal decides which one serves you better. There's also a large overlap zone, where both boards perform equally well, and your role decides how you use them. For example, projects like data loggers, IoT nodes, or edge AI sensors can be made on either board. A student can build the same data logger on INKOR to show efficient embedded design, or on Raspberry Pi to demonstrate cloud connectivity and storage handling. A freelancer can use INKOR to develop an affordable version for quick sales, or use Raspberry Pi for a premium model with additional features. This overlap is a huge advantage. It means you can learn once and apply your knowledge across different boards. The smarter you adapt your design, the better your outcomes, whether in a job interview or in business. Now let's look at cases where Raspberry Pi becomes the clear choice. Some projects simply need an operating system, multitasking, or GPU acceleration, things that a microcontroller like INKOR cannot handle. For students, if you're applying for roles in networking, cloud integration, or data systems, a project built on Raspberry Pi will show that you understand Linux environments, APIs, and server management. For freelancers, projects like web dashboards, smart kiosks, or media centers require such capabilities, making Raspberry Pi more practical and profitable. INKOR still holds its ground for control and automation, but when the requirement involves visualization, heavy processing, or remote access, Raspberry Pi becomes essential. The key is to match the board with the scope of your project. Let's now step into a recruiter's perspective. Recruiters aren't impressed by expensive boards, they're impressed by smart thinking. A student who builds a functional and creative project on INKOR shows initiative, cost awareness, and solid understanding of embedded design. For example, a working energy monitor, IoT control system, or low-cost AI prototype speaks louder than theoretical ideas. On the other hand, if you build a project on Raspberry Pi that demonstrates scalability, like a data server, automation dashboard, or intelligent monitoring system, it shows system-level understanding. Both boards can get you noticed if your project works reliably and solves a real problem. What matters most is your ability to explain why you chose that particular board for that project. Now let's think like a freelancer. Freelancers look at every board through the lens of time, cost, and client value. Arduino INKOR is excellent when you need to deliver prototypes or automation systems quickly. Clients love fast, affordable results that work. It's perfect for IoT monitoring, small-scale automation, or AI Edge demos. Raspberry Pi, on the other hand, suits premium freelance work projects that involve dashboards, analytics, vision systems, or networking. These take longer to build but bring higher payouts. As a freelancer, your job is to balance cost and functionality. Start with INKOR to deliver entry-level products, upgrade to Raspberry Pi when clients demand more power or advanced interfaces. So what's the final verdict? The answer depends on your purpose. If you are a student preparing for placements or academic showcases, INKOR gives you quick results, hands-on experience, and the kind of innovation that recruiters value. But if you are applying for software or AI roles that need multitasking and networking, Raspberry Pi might fit your story better. For freelancers, INKOR is ideal for cost-sensitive, fast projects, while Raspberry Pi is perfect for high-value professional-grade builds. The smartest professionals learn to use both. INKOR for learning and early concepts, Raspberry Pi for scaling and commercialization. Context, not competition, should guide your choice. As we wrap up, remember this: both Arduino INKOR and Raspberry Pi can open doors, but how you use them determines your growth. Start with INKOR to strengthen your fundamentals and build projects that work reliably. When you're ready to scale up or serve real clients, bring in Raspberry Pi for advanced applications and data-driven solutions. Recruiters admire practical problem solvers, and clients value efficiency and innovation. Keep learning, keep building, and choose your tools wisely. Because the right project on the right board could be your next big step, whether it's your dream job or your next freelance success. Before you go, don't stop here. There's a lot more to explore about Arduino INKOR and how it's changing the way we design, learn, and earn. We've covered this board in depth across multiple videos, each focusing on a unique perspective. Watch our other Arduino-related videos to continue this discussion. Is the Arduino INKOR a Raspberry Pi killer or a worthy competitor? Arduino INKOR, is this dual-brain board the future of low-cost, rugged, simplified EV charger design? Arduino INKOR professional's tool or hobbyist's toy? And Arduino INKOR, can it make more money more easily now for hobbyists, freelancers, and startups? Each video adds a new layer to your understanding of how this board bridges learning and earning. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because your next big project might start with the next video you watch.